able to think properly, then we will not be able to do the maths nicely, or we will not be able to solve the maths nicely. So for our students to do the math nicely, we should focus on all these points, that math can be taught in either way, okay, either practically or in the theoretical form, or in the language or art form, or by mental math, or doing anything, okay. Now yes, and art can be of any form, like it can be theater, it can be music, it can be dance, it can be visual art. We can teach them through any means. Like mathematics has itself been described as an art motivated by beauty. We can teach them through the drawings, like different shapes and all. Through dance, we can teach them Venn diagrams. Through dance, we can teach them different angles. Through drama, we can ask them to express themselves or solve the questions. Through music, we can teach them the beats, or the skip counting pattern, or the repeated pattern. We can teach them through different means. Now it's up to us that how creative we can make our study, so that the students are able to learn nicely, okay. So now, what is art integration? Why we are integrating art into math? Art integration is an approach to teaching in which students construct and demonstrate understanding through an art form. That art form can be dance, music, or anything, okay. So students are engaged in a creative process which connects an art form and another subject area and meets evolving objectives in both, right. So students are engaged in creative process. They are not engaged in only copying down from board, or teacher is giving lectures in the class and students are listening. By mental level, they are either present in the class or not, we don't know. But when we teach the math through art, or through dance, or through any drama, then we can see that students are enjoying, they are learning it creatively. Now, before knowing that what is art integration, first we should know that what is integration. Integration is the process of blending two substances so that they merge with each other seamlessly, right. So when we integrate with arts with maths, that means we merge the two subjects so nicely that the student don't know that they are learning something new, and they are learning maths also through the way of art. They don't differentiate between art and math. The two subjects are integrated so well. And now, what is art? Art is a universal form of communication and creative expression, right? Art can be any form. It's the universal form of communication and creative expression. So it can be by drawing, we express ourselves; by drama, we express ourselves; by dance, by music, every way we express ourselves. So it's so creative. So it is often a language that expresses our experiences and perceptions of the world around us in varied form. It can be classified into two broad categories, like it's visual art and performing art. So we can either make it a visual art or a performing art. Through drama, or through art, or through music, we can teach them different concepts of maths. Mathematics has itself been described as an art motivated by the beauty, right. So why art integration is so important, and why NEP has aligned art into our math curriculum, like in every subject curriculum, why it is integrated now. Now, working in the art help learners to develop creative problem solving skills, right. Sorry. Now, teaching through the art can present difficult concept visually. Different concepts can be seen visually. If they see visually, if our students will see visually, making them, it will be more easy for them to understand the things, right. Art instructions help children with the development of motor skills, language skills, and communication skills, and they are learning many skills like social skills and decision making skills and risk-taking skills like this, okay? And they are doing the collaborative work, they are doing the teamwork when they are integrating art with the subjects. Visual art teach learners about colors, about layout, perspective, and balances all techniques that are necessary in presentations. Like integrating art with other disciplines reaches students who might not otherwise be engaged in classwork, but through maths they can do the activity very nicely and they will learn math also. Maybe they are not interested in doing copy work and pen and paper work, but or the solving questions or doing the calculation. But through art, if we teach them, or through any activity of or dramatization, if we teach them, they may be interested and they may be very quick in doing the maths mentally and calculating thing, right? So integrating art with other discipline reaches students who might not otherwise be engaged in the classwork. That's why we are on keeping by keeping in mind all the students of our class, whether they are the intelligent students or they are the weak students, we can ask them to integrate art and we can ask them to learn. Art experiences boost critical thinking, teaching students to take the time to be more careful and through in how they observe the world. Critical thinking of the students is enhanced through art integration. Students learn how to think critically, they logically think the answer, and most of all art integration is student based. It is not teacher oriented class, it is student oriented class where the student make their own designs, learn through themselves. Every student through art will make different designs, so it is their own creativity. It is not teachers driven class, it is totally student learner and learners driven class, okay? So the art provides challenges for learners at all levels. It is not that in up to primary level we can integrate art, we can integrate art in senior levels also. Though this session is only for primary sections like classes up to 5, but we can integrate art in all the classes. They art don't see the age limit. Art education connects students with their own culture as well as with the wider world. Through art, if the students suppose are making rangoli and all, through art they are making worldly art and all for learning angles and all. So the students are getting connected to their own culture. When they will draw worldly art, they will know the name that it is worldly art, it is famous in Maharashtra, and they will know about their culture. So by this they will learn their culture also. So art integration is nowadays important because it will connect the students with their culture. So study shows that young people who participate regularly in the art are more likely to be recognized for academic achievements, okay? And these students are more interested in participating in either math fair or science fair. You will observe that if you will ask them to do the art integrated part, they will be more active and they will be more participating. A study also shows that greater art education led to fewer disciplinary infrastructure and higher attendance of graduation rates because students are learning through art. So it developed the interest in art and it developed the interest in studies. Okay, so visual art teach learners about colors, layout, perspective, and balances. Now, what our NEP says about the art integration. According to our NEP 2020, the aim of education is not only be cognitive development, but also creating holistic and well-rounded individuals equipped with key 21st century skills such as critical thinking, communication, creative, and collaboration. So all these thinking skills or all these skills we can develop through art integration in different subjects. So interactive classroom learning becomes a critical cog in the implementation of this vision. Now, how can we create a culture for art integrated math learning? We can ask them different questions like math around me, like what is the age or what is your age, or uh, what is your house number. So you write the different questions so that they can see around them, and give them a worksheet on that, and they can write the numbers. We can sorry, we can play maths quiz with them. Maths relay can be played. Maths walk can be organized for them. We can take them to a particular area of the school and ask them to different questions regarding that particular area. Like how many, if a fan has 3 plates, then how many fans do you see in this hall? So if there are 75 fans in total, in the total 75 fans in this hall, then what are the number of plates? Okay, so we can take them for a math walk in a particular area of the school, and we can form different questions in that particular area, from that particular area, and we can ask them. For playing math relay, we can make the worksheets of different questions or different chapters, and divide the students into 2 or 3 groups, and ask them to go one by one and give one answer. The group that will complete all the 10 or 20 questions first, they will be the winner of the maths relay. So this way we can develop the interest in maths, and we can integrate different activities through maths. Now, what are the ways to integrate art and math in elementary classroom? Okay, so okay, now what is the thing? What is the picture or image that you see here? Anyone in the chat box can write. Rangoli. Okay. Yes. Rangoli, or it's known as Alpana. Do you know that in South it is known as kolam? And the people in the South, or the ladies in the South, is drawing this kolam not nowadays, but starting from this 19th century or something, or it's 100 to 150 years old, when the concept of symmetry or this were not known, or this were not taught in the schools so nicely, but these ladies were knowing about it, or without knowing, they were drawing the alpanas so nicely, right? So this alpanas or this column, do you know that this column has 20 kinds of different mathematical principles embedded in it? And the symmetry it has of the this symmetry of the column art involves recurring fractals in the designs that have been repeatedly compared with mathematical models like the Sierpinski triangles, a fractal of recursive equilateral triangles. Do you know? And from where you will draw the line of symmetry, it will be symmetrical. The alpanas are designed so nicely. So without knowing the math concept, earlier the ladies were using these alpanas to decorate their house or decorate the outside area of their house. But now we can use these designs or this column drawing or this alpanas to teach math to our students, because whatever line of symmetry or the fractal description or the different type of triangles it have, we can teach them many math concepts through this. Column itself have 20 kinds of math different concepts in it. And what is a fractal? A fractal is a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. So these ladies are drawing fractals here, where they are drawing similar patterns again and again to make column. So we can use these drawings to teach them different math concepts. Okay, if I ask you all to take a pen and paper and draw a house, Will you, some of you please will draw, and you will show it to me that which kind of house you are drawing. If I ask you to draw a house, okay, I can see in the chat box, participants are asking about the maths work. Math work is basically we can take them to a particular area of the school. When students are coming to a school, we can ask them to uh, go to any particular area, and we will give them worksheet to solve. Observe that area. We'll ask them to first observe the area for the first 10 minutes. Okay. Like the activity hall or any of the classroom of your school, you can take them, and we will ask them to observe the classroom nicely for 10 minutes. Okay. After that, we will give them the worksheet, and we have planned that worksheet earlier beforehand. Okay. And we have framed the different questions which we have given in the worksheet, like how many fans are, if the students are very small, how many fans are there in the room, how many tube lights are there in the room, can you name different shapes which you can see in the room, or if the students are big enough to calculate the things, like student in class 4 and 5, then if the number plates in the fan is 3, so total fan in this classroom is 4, so how many plates are there in total, or how many square pieces you can see here in the classroom in total. Okay. Or if you multiply the number of chalks with the number of pencils kept here, what is the result you will get. So this way we can frame different questions, and we can ask them to solve then and there in the particular area of the school where we have taken them for the maths work. Okay. And then maths relay. What is maths relay? We'll divide our class in two groups. Then we will, beforehand we have prepared questions for them, and then we'll ask them to make a line of 10-10 each, or if the class strength is 30, then 15-15 each. Then we have given them 15-15 question. In first worksheet there is a there are 15 question, and then the second worksheet there are 15 questions. Okay. So first of all, first student will go and solve the question number 1, and he or she will come back. Then the second, he will pass the pencil to the second one, and then second student will go and he will solve the second question, and he will come back. The question will be easy only. It will be not so calculative that they have to calculate more. It will be like 15 forza, or 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter. Like this we can give them mental math question. Then he will come and he will pass the pencil to the third student, and then the third student will go and he will solve the third question, and he will come back and he will give the pencil to the fourth student. And this way the both the group will go one by one, and they will solve their respective worksheets. The group that will complete the worksheet first with the maximum number of right answers will be the winner of the game. So this way we conduct math relay in our schools. So this is a very interesting activity, math relay, which students enjoy a lot, and it enhances their teamwork skills and everything. So try out in your schools also. It will help you a lot. Now, what are the different ways that we can make? I hope any one of you have made the house. I think I have not seen any houses, no videos on, no issues. So what are the different ways in which we can integrate math, like this way? Okay, Vaishali ma'am. Like array city, for teaching multiplication we are using arrays. So array city, we can make array city like this to teach them math. By drawing, they will make the array city by different colors, or they can cut and paste also by different color sheets. They can cut this sheets like this, and they can paste also. So they can make array city like this, and they can learn multiplication. Like here, this array city, this building is having 9 windows. So 3 this side, 3 in the row and 3 in the column. So 3 into 3 is 9. In this building, they have 10 total number of windows. So 2 this side and 5 this side. So 2 5s is 10 and 5 2s is also 10. So we can teach them like this, that when the factors are interchanged, the result never changes in multiplication. So we can teach them multiplication through array city method, or array of different kind we can ask them to make. Like this is the worldly art. Through worldly art, we can teach them different shapes. We can teach them different angles. Counting also, how many girls are there in total, what is the shape they are making. Counting also we can teach them if the students are very small. Otherwise, in higher classes, we can teach them angles and triangles. The properties of angles and triangles can be taught to them by this worldly art. Now, 4 plus 3 is 7 and 3 plus 4 is 7. This is the number family. So, when this is the number family, so 4 plus 3 is 7 and 3 plus 4 is also 7. So, we are using the number 3, 4 and 7. So, we can ask them to make butterflies like this, and 7 minus 3 is 4 and 7 minus 4 is 3. When they will write in this circles, they will be more interested in doing maths. If they write in the boxes or in the regular way in their copies, this is more interesting. And to teach them less than, more than, we can make the crocodile mouth or a bird mouth, and we can ask them to open the crocodile mouth toward the number that is bigger, right? So we can teach them this in more interesting ways nowadays. Now, different shapes can be taught to them in by different art and drawing and craft work. So we can ask them to draw different pictures if they want, and we can teach them different shapes like this, like how many triangles are there in this figure, how many circles are there, right? So we can ask them to draw it, and we can teach them. Now, fraction is the one concept that can be taught through many ways. Like we can ask them to take a stripe of paper, take it as 1 and then fold it into half. Okay, then fold it into more, that is 1 by 4. Like that we can teach them fractions. Otherwise, we can take a paper plate, we can ask them to draw it a line in the center, and otherwise we can ask them to cut it also. So it was one whole circle, then it is half. Okay, otherwise after that, after it is half, then we can cut it into more parts, that is 1 by 4. And after cutting, we can ask them to make different drawings out of that, and like make an aquarium out of the fractions that you have made of a circular sheet or a paper plate. Otherwise, we can ask them to make fraction tree like this, where we have taken this tree trunk as one whole. That is, this tree trunk is one whole. Suppose this tree trunk is 1 centimeter, is of 1 centimeter, this paper. Then these branches are of half centimeter, and some of the branches are of 1 by 4 centimeters. So student will measure 1 and then fold the paper, then it is half. So they will cut the branches into half like this. Then they will fold the half branch into another half, that is 1 by 4. Now they will crush the paper and they will put it on the tree, different trees, tree branches, and then they will count it, like out of the total number of fruits, how many are red, how many are blue, how many are yellow. So by this way, we can teach them fractions. Total number can be written in denominator. Number of red fruits can be written in the numerator. So numerator by denominator. So we can teach the student the concept of fractions like this by making the fraction tree. If you're not interested in doing the craft work, you can ask them to draw the tree through different colors, and then they can color it and they can do the fraction activity. Now, this is tessellation, that is the pattern. See here, this is the pattern: red, green, red, green, red, green. This way they can draw the patterns. And when they draw the pattern in the way that the pattern fits into each other without leaving any space, it is called tessellation. And this tessellation can be drawn in A4 size sheet, and we can ask our students to draw different type of tessellations as per their own choice. And believe me, you will see that how nicely students have come up with different ideas or the different tessellations which we can't even imagine, because I think that students are more creative than us. So here is the video. Like, I have shown you the activities of dance and this only, art and craft only, but here is the video where I'm going to show you that how you can teach math through dance form. Okay. Sound is audible to all. See, the beats of the tabla will help you to teach them counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can ask them to repeat the counting in 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, like this also. Okay, repeat the patterns or skip counting 2, 4, 6, 8, like this. We are explaining them different angles, like lines also, shapes also. This is triangle. Like while doing the Bharatanatyam dance, this is the slanting line, different type of lines. This is the right angle. Like different mudras, what they are making in the dance form. This is one round is the complete angle.
Chandra Taradi Tam Satvikam Shivam.
And through drama, what you can do, you can make a stall of different things and ask them to bring money, means artificial money given by you, and ask them to dramatize it like you are going to purchase something, how much money you will give and how much the shopkeeper will return. Like, then you can make a setup and ask them to calculate or add or subtract money. So through dramatization also you can integrate art in maths, and you can teach them very well the concept of money. Whole the chapter of money can be taught like this. Now, we have seen that we can integrate art through this, but what are the apps for integrating art? They are the Sketch, and Scratch is also one of the app. Now, Screen Comp, GarageBand, Little Bird Tales, these are the different apps which you can explore, which will help you to integrate art in the subject. Okay. So that's all from my side. Yes, one more thing I want to add is that Fibonacci numbers have you seen that it work upon the binary system. From that also we can draw different shapes, and we can ask them to, and we can teach them different concepts.
Ma'am, what about the higher classes?
Actually, I am not explored from of the higher classes, because basically I am teaching up to class 5, so my concepts are clear up to class 5 only. That's why I said in the starting only that this is up to class 5 only, means up to elementary classes. What we can do, I can only explain about that. Fractions in higher classes can also be taught like this. I think the concept of fraction is there in higher classes also. Geometry is there, where there are different type of angles are there. You can teach them in class 6 also, I think. So any questions related?
Okay, any more questions? You all can ask. We still have time. Reena ma'am, anything else you wish to share?
No, ma'am, that's all from my side. So if they have to ask anything.
Ma'am, there is a question in the chat box that can you tell any activity for increasing and decreasing order?
Yes, increasing and decreasing order. You can draw a flower in the paper. Okay, cut it. Okay, and then write the numbers inside that flower. Okay, after that, take any four numbers like 42, 64, 83, and 96. Give it to four different students. Ask them to line up in increasing order. Ask them to line up in decreasing order. This way, they can do the activity through art. Instantly, I am getting this.
And one more question that have you taken this dance video from YouTube?
No.
Okay, no more questions after this. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Reena ma'am.
Thank you.